Hey guys, so let me turn this up. I don't know what's up. I just wanted to get on here for a second and just talk about something that I'm going through. Like I said, I don't really know how I was gonna go about all these videos and stuff like that, but I guess I'm just kind of just taking it as it comes, and I feel like I want to talk about real everyday struggles that, I'm going through. I guess it's going to be kind of like a video blog or whatever, but, I'd like to share it with people. I just first want to start by saying, dude, I'm not perfect by any means. Yeah, I haven't used any illegal substances since October of 2016, but, even in our recovery, we still have, vices. You know what I'm saying? I've drank a lot of energy drinks, buy a lot of makeup, whatever, anything, lottery tickets. I sometimes compulsively spend money on my kid. It just is what it is. I still, regardless of being clean from any illegal substance, there's still, behaviors that need, to be worked on. Well, so, anyways, I just wanted to say that, I'm not trying to be, up on this, pedestal by no means. I'm just trying to, talk about real life and things that I go through personally, and if it can help somebody along the way, then, I just want to be used as a vessel. I want God to use me as a vessel, and, I'm in hopes that He'll do that. I mean, a lot of people from my last video seem to really be touched by some things, that I had read about and some things that I said, and I was really hesitant about even posting it, but, there was a lot of feedback and a lot of people, sharing about, how they felt about it, or it affected them, or they related, or something like that. And so I guess I just felt the urge to do it more often, because it just shows, there's other people out there that feel like that, and sometimes it's hard to voice what you're feeling or to get, through it. And so, anyways, some of you might know, but I was involved in a relationship with someone that was a really good friend of mine first, and I don't want to really elaborate on it too much, because I'm not trying to totally put the business out there or throw anybody under the bus or anything like that by any means. That's not what I'm doing. So I'm just going to try to figure out. I'm going to probably struggle a little bit how to word it without something being taken offensively or whatever, but I want to share my experience with what I'm going through right now. And what I can say is, being clean from meth and heroin, which are my DSEs. I probably should have said trigger warning. I don't know, but anyways, like I had said in my other video, I've experienced addiction from the other side of the fence now, where I used to be the one in addiction. Now I see how others in addiction can affect people who are not. And someone that I loved very dearly, is still in the midst of that. And they weren't at first, and things were great and stuff. And over this period of time, I literally watched this person turn into someone that I don't even know. And it was devastating for me because I felt like pretty sure, and I shouldn't have. That's still, I guess, sick thinking that I have in my mind because, I still have things. We all, everybody, even people who aren't on drugs, still have things that they have to work through. And me, I'm a lot more like, obviously, I have to learn things the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I mean, and sometimes even the first or second time it doesn't take. But anyways, I watched this person like start to spiral, and I tried to stick it out and be encouraging and what I thought that I might need in that situation. And I did it for quite some time before I finally like drew the line. I made threats like a million times, but like I never could bring myself to do it because I know how it is. Like I understand what addiction is like, and I understand, how it's hard to get out and it changes your vision and things like that. So, but now being on this side of it, it's like, dude, like you just want to freaking shake somebody and be like, what the freak is wrong with you? Like, why are you doing this? Like, can you not see? And so, like, my problem is this is just sage. I need to cleanse my area here. But anyways, it's really good sage too. It burns well. I don't know if any of you guys are like smudgers, but I don't even know really. I probably should be meditating while I'm doing this, but it calms me. Anyways, squirrel. So I tend to be a pretty understanding person because of the things that I've been through in my life and experienced in my life. And, I know what I felt like I didn't have. And so I tend to try to be that for other people. I've done a pretty great job at, having boundaries with people like that I used to use with and stuff like that. Like, as far as like, no, I'm not exactly where I need to be in my life. Like, I could definitely be doing better. I'm 31 years old and, like, I don't have my own place or anything like that. However, I've came very far from where I used to be. Like, never know where I was resting my head, always chasing the next fix, like, not caring about anyone. And so that's the thing, like, and I don't know why in my mind, like, I feel like a significant other who's trying to be supportive is, like, different than trying to run from people. And I guess it's because I'm trying to encourage, I try to encourage people in their addiction, not to use, which I've had contact with very few people who are actively using because I know that it's not particularly a safe thing for me. I know no matter where I'm at right now, mentally, spiritually, physically, that it's only one step away. And so I just try to have those boundaries. The people that I used to hang out with are not like, doing the things when I was in my addiction, like, are not doing the things that I want to do. Like, I'm fairly content with where I'm at in my life right now. Like, I'm content that I'm moving towards something. Like I said, I'm not, where I should be, based on, like, society, I guess, is, perception. But I'm grateful for where I'm at because it's very far from where I used to be. So, but this person, I felt, pretty confident that we had the same headspace and stuff like that. And so, when this happened, I was trying to be supportive and stuff like that. And, I really loved this person. Like, very much, and it was very hard for me to watch it like spiral out of control, like, and I stuck it out for as long as I could before it was just like totally mentally unhealthy for me, and I had to step away. But even with stepping away, like, I still continuously tried to be here for this person. But, I've even like tried to talk, to other people and occupy my time like with other things and just like, healthier things. I mean, but like, I just, well, maybe, not like talking to other people, but like, occupying my time elsewhere rather than devoting all of my time, love, and energy into someone that was just not willing to accept it. It became so emotionally and physically and mentally, spiritually draining for me that I was just not in a good place. And so I basically had no choice but to set that boundary for me. Well, when I stopped responding for like, just a little bit, like a week or 2 weeks, it's like, this is what I had to do, and I'm a terrible person for doing it. But like, I just feel like people, whenever they're in addiction, it's like double standards. And so like, anyways, I still obviously love and care for the person that, I came to know in sobriety. However, I've literally watched dope turn this person into someone that I literally don't even know. The polar opposite of, the person that I knew. And so that was pretty devastating in itself. And it was like, but I had to push through it. And so while I'm, here we go. So, but in the midst, I've still been here. It's like, if this person's life depended on me answering the phone, like, I'm there. But I still personally have to have boundaries. Like, so from my perspective, like, and that's one of the problems. Like, I understand their perspective too, but in my heart, it's like, it's like I still have to keep a safe distance, and it just makes it really hard. And so it's like, here I am still trying to be here for this person and hearing the same old lies and things like that. And it's hard. Like, and whoever's watching this, it's like, it doesn't matter if it's a significant other, a friend, a family member, any of that, because I feel like people who are not strung out on drugs, that love and care about someone who is, go through something similar to this. It's like, you can only do so much, and you can beg and plead and cry, and you can get angry, and it doesn't matter. They're not going to change until they want to change. Like, eventually you get tired of hearing the same bull crap. Like, and now it's like, I couldn't understand whenever I was on drugs. It was like, oh, your family should always be there for you and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, you have to have boundaries and things like that. You don't have to completely cut people out. That's how I'm trying to like be different. Like, I'm not cutting you out, and I'm here for you if you want help. But like, I'm not going to sit and continue to listen to your same lies. And then like, I'm the bad person because, I'm tired of hearing it. I don't have the energy to argue anymore. Like, things are misinterpreted, and it's like, you're always the wrong one. And it's like, whatever, But the thing is, I don't know how to deal with this, because it's like, I'm sitting here just waiting for the person that I know is in there to come back. And in the midst of that, it's like, every time that I talk to them or anyone that is, it's anyone that is still using, and they keep saying they're going to change, but they don't do anything. It's like, it gets very exhausting, and it's like, I don't, I'm still trying to figure out how to handle this situation. It's like, I say, and a lot, and I'm going to try and work on that, but like, my thoughts sometimes are so fast that I can't get it out right, or I'll repeat myself a lot. So I apologize. Like, I'm going to work on it. But what's up, dude? Look at this Kit Kat. He's the best kitty. Um, like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, how to be there for somebody. And it's like, you know, an addict will try to make you feel guilty because you don't want to feed into it anymore. And like, being an addict myself, I understand the mindset that they're in, so it makes me feel guilty for not having the patience or the tolerance for it. And I also get very agitated that this person cannot see, or anyone cannot understand, why I don't want to put myself around them. And, you know, in my heart, I feel like, you know, I know this person wouldn't do that, and I know this person wouldn't do that. But it's sad to think things like, you know, dang, this person knows where I live. And like, dang, you know, just anything like that. And then I feel guilty because it's like, you know, I feel bad for thinking these things, or for not knowing, like, how to deal with it. I feel bad that I get irritated because I know that in their right mind, it would be different. But, like, it's exhausting, y'all. Like, it is exhausting. And so, what do? You can never guarantee that someone's going to change or not. Like, people, you know, every day want to change. I'm not saying that an addict, like, doesn't want to change. Like, because I know from firsthand experience that every time that I said I wanted to get clean, I meant it. I just didn't mean it enough. Like I really was tired. When I said I was tired of living the way I was living, I was tired. Yeah, sometimes I thought it was fun and stuff like that. People think slavery doesn't go on right now. Please. Drug addicts, people are slaves to money. People are slaves to drugs. I mean, like, yeah, sometimes in the moment, like, I thought it was fun and stuff like that, but I was freaking didn't know where I was going to sleep. There's been times that I've slept outside of a hospital. Like, there's been times that I've slept in cars. There's been times I haven't even known where the hell I was going to even think about sleeping. You know, I put myself in situations that I wouldn't normally put myself in. Like, I said things and I meant them when I said them. You know, I mean, as terrible as it sounds, yeah, I would tell my daughter I'm coming to see her and then not freaking come. Like, I couldn't even show up to my last court date for my kids. So that's where it messes me up. Because, yeah, I'm keeping my distance from this person and not going around them. But it's like, I understand that, like, they're tired and want to get out. You know what I mean? Like, anybody who's been on drugs, like, yeah, you have your spurts where you're like, you know, oh, this is fun and you love it and stuff like that. But the reality is, deep down inside of you, you are tired of being a slave. Whether you can see it at that time or not, you know what I mean? So it makes it difficult for me because I feel like I know the person deep inside. And it's like, you know, they can come back, but you can never guarantee. Some people take their last shot because they're going to get clean tomorrow. I mean, a lot of us, when we go, I'm not saying everybody, because everybody's story is different. I'm just saying that, like, I get it. There were times that, like, oh, I'm going to rehab, but I got to have my last fix first. Well, you never know, dude. People live each day chasing a fix, and it's like, you're chasing a fix. You don't know. Um, you don't know. You don't know. You can mean to go to rehab and get so distracted by, oh, or you'll come into some money right before you're supposed to go, or whatever. It's like you literally are a slave. And when you're doing it, you don't realize it. You're just trying to get your next fix. But really, it's just digging your hole deeper and deeper and deeper. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. I'm just trying to explain that, like, as an addict, I understand that when we say it, we mean it. But everybody's breaking point is different. Like, when are you going to be tired enough? You know what I'm saying? I can be here for you. But, like, you know, you can't. I don't want to be with somebody or have somebody regularly in my life. Like, I'm not going to make someone a priority in my life when I'm not a priority in theirs. I'm not going to waste my life and my time and my energy into someone that is not giving it back. It's draining. And here, like, being the addict that I am, I feel guilty, but I know I still have to have that boundary. So it's like, all you can do is pray. All we can do is pray. And even sometimes, and I'm not saying, because I know everything happens in God's timing. Like, trust and believe. Like, I know God, and maybe I have fallen off and don't pray as much every day as I should. I do talk to Him, and I do sometimes, you know, see Him. But I'm not always as spiritually in tune as I could be, because life gets hectic, and I'm not trying to justify it, because it's not okay. Some days are better than others. I feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's anybody on their spiritual journey. And I know that praying is effective, but at what point, it's like, I can't not be there for the person. It doesn't matter, like, you know, yeah, I'm not going to necessarily come, but I'll be there, and I'll talk to you, and I'll be support for you, because I love you, and I know what it feels like to feel like you have no one. I know what it feels like to feel like, you know, because you won't stop, you know, people will just turn their backs on you. I probably am just, like, repeating myself a lot, but I kind of just, like, started doing this in the heat of the moment. And didn't really ground together everything that I wanted to say appropriately, I guess, which I didn't last time either. And not even really 100% certain, like, what the... I'm not sure if this message will be beneficial to anyone. This might just be a rant of mine, and I'm probably not even going to post it on my page. But, like, I just wish that when people are in active addiction, they wouldn't be kept prisoner by their thoughts. Because things can be misinterpreted, and things, you know, can be misunderstood, and it makes things hard for anything to be accomplished. I wish that I could find the right words to say to help people struggling in addiction, to help them see. And it's like, sometimes it isn't enough. And all I have to do is just like sit back and pray that their bottom is not death. Like, because we're never promised tomorrow. Like, and I've learned that more than anything. And that's another one of my biggest things too. Like, especially with somebody that I really care about. Like, it's easy to have, you know, boundaries with people that you don't really have, you know, close relationships with and stuff like that. And it's easy for me to have boundaries now, but, you know, my heart won't allow me to turn my back completely on someone that I care about. And it's just, it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing at all. And I just wish that people in addiction could understand, like, it isn't easy. Like, but there's only so much that can be done. Like, nobody can do it for you. Like, nobody can make you get clean. Nobody can change your mind. And I just wish that, like, when we're in addiction, that instead of feeling like, oh, you know, you're like, oh, nobody wants anything to do with me because I'm such a piece of shit, excuse my language. And it's like, no, it's not that. It's like, you're not a bad person. You just have a problem. And we all got problems. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I'm not perfect. Nobody's freaking perfect. Except the greatest spirit. Can't none of us beat that in this skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can try all day. But it's like, I'm just really understanding now how hard it is to, like, put love into something that doesn't take it in or can't see it. And then I think about, dang, like God's love, you know? Like, he tries and tries to love us. I mean, he does it. He definitely does it, but it's like, imagine how much we're hurting spirit because we can't see that all he's trying to do is love us. But it's our choice to let him or not. I wish that we could just wipe out addiction. And I don't know if anybody's going to see this or not. I know there's a few people subscribed, and y'all will probably be the only ones to see it if you even watch it, because I don't really want this one out there like that. Because I never want to offend anybody. I just don't really know how to go about coping with it. I mean, I know how to cope with it, talk about it, vent about it, write about it, and stuff like that. But, like, this is the reality, man. Like, you think you don't care. You think people don't care about you when you're in addiction, man. Like, you think, oh, they've just cut you off and cut you out because they don't care about you at all. But that's not true. It's just exhausting beating your head into a brick wall. Like, it's tiring and it's discouraging. And you can be on the verge of losing hope. And like, I've not lost hope. I've never lost hope. And I won't ever lose hope. Because I've seen God move mountains, not just in my life. You know, I've seen him move mountains in families' lives, like other people's lives. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen God work. I've been in tune and seen his movements. Like, I've seen him move. And it's like, but sometimes it can be hard to see that light. Like, and it's hard when you're afraid that someone may never get out of that dark hole. It's scary to think that someone could leave behind their kids. It's scary to think that, like, someone can leave their mom. It's scary to think that in just one moment of you getting your fix, you can get a bad shot. One moment of selfishness can affect way more people than you think. Like, we think it's just about us when we're in addiction, but it's not. It affects people you don't even know it's affecting. And when we're in addiction, we want our way and we want it now, and we want to have our cake and eat it too when we're in full-blown addiction. But it doesn't work like that, man. Because speaking from this side of the fence where I'm not using, like, we get tired of being hurt. The same way that a lot of addicts, and I'm not saying just all of them, but like the same way that a lot of addicts feel like they're tired of getting hurt, and so they numb it out, then we're just over here not in addiction when we're not in addiction. And it's like, we're not doing that. And I'm a super emotional person, so I feel everything, like, to the core. And I feel like I went off on a million freaking tangents here and probably didn't accomplish much. I would just ask that, like, I'm going to probably just delete this because this is terrible.